Hi, I'm Jade. Welcome to this Applying to Ucas workshop. The Universities and College Admission Service is the platform you will use to apply to university. On this platform you can also find many informative articles on applying to university, next steps and alternatives to university. Deadlines are really important and they're pretty consistent each year for Ucas. However, it is important to keep in mind any internal deadlines you might have within your college. It might be the case that tutors or careers advisors want you to submit your personal statements early so that they can check them through. If you miss the Ucas deadline, you are still able to apply to university, but this will be seen as a late application. This means that they will consider your application, but it will be after they consider those students who have applied on time. So to avoid any disappointment, make sure you keep deadlines in mind and apply on time. There is a limit on how much you can put in your personal statement. This is normally around 47 lines, so make sure you use this wisely. Within the introduction, you need to consider why you have decided to study this course. What does it mean to you? Why are you interested? What do you intend on using your degree for in the future? Do your research. Are there relevant stories in the media? Is something going on in society that's relevant to the course and why you want to study it? Are there any gaps in the market? For example, women in STEM or the need for more renewable energy sources? To show your interest in the subject, don't be afraid to include what you want to get out of it. Do you have any specific career aspirations in mind? How can this course help you to achieve that? The largest section is the course-specific information. This means books you've read, any work experience, anything that you've learnt within college on your course. Know the course that you're applying to as well as you possibly can. Are there any units that you can reference? Can you discuss any work experience opportunities that the course offers? This is also why it's important to do in-depth research into the course that you are applying for. You need to make sure that what you put in there is relevant to the course you are studying and the personal statement is relevant overall. Skills, hobbies and interests, of course, form a part of the personal statement. Make sure you're including things that universities don't expect you to do. They aren't interested if you're going to parties with friends. However, this is not to say that some things aren't significant in your social lives. Just really make sure you think about whether these are going to support your application or not. It's important to think about the things that make you stand out as an individual. Is there any hobbies or interests you have that set you aside from other students? A lot of things are quite similar across the board with young people, so really have a think about what you do that makes you different. In order to show that you are a suitable candidate, you need to have the right balance of social and academic information in your personal statement. The admissions tutor needs to get a good idea of who you are and why you're the perfect candidate for this position. Now, although social aspects are important, they still do need to be relevant to the course. This should always be your main focus throughout your personal statement. Be transparent and honest throughout. Make sure you don't make any silly spelling mistakes, as these will be identified straight away by those reading through them. On the first sift, admissions tutors will make sure that you have the requirements necessary to begin the course. So for example, if you're applying to do engineering and it requires a maths A-level, you need to have that maths A-level to be accepted onto the course. It's important that you research to make sure you're applying to the right course at the right institution and are able to successfully gain a place on that course with the qualifications you receive from college. Now, if you have a little bit of time, why not take part in this activity to help you write your personal statement? So, on one piece of paper, write down any experiences that you've had that might be relevant. So, any galleries you've visited, any books you've read, any work experience you've undertaken. Pause the video whilst you do this. Now, on a separate piece of paper, put yourself in the position of an admissions tutor. What kind of experience, knowledge and skills do you think they would be looking for if they were reading through your personal statement? Pause this video, have a think and jot some ideas down. What skills, knowledge and experience do you think you've had that admissions tutors would be looking for? Now, are there any gaps? What could you do now until you submit your personal statement that might fill the gaps? So, are you looking for work experience? Could you do some voluntary work that would fulfill any gaps? When forming ideas for your personal statement overall, think about the activity we have just done. In conclusion, recap on the relevant things you've discussed through the personal statement. Pay special attention to why you want to study the course and why you should be accepted. Make sure you show that you are ready to begin your university studies and that you have the interest and skills to be successful. Just to note, Ucas does have a similarities detector, which means that any words or phrases, sentences that have been used previously will be flagged up in your Ucas application. So it's really important that your work is your own and that you haven't copied anyone else's work, even if that was from previous years. Be positive, be original. Analyse your experiences, keep a copy, proofread and get others to proofread for you. Thank you for joining me and I hope that helps.